UNOV, The Voice. The views and opinions expressed on this show do not reflect that of the staff and management of WNOV and W293CX 106.5 FM Courier Communications Milwaukee, but are the sole comments of the host and guest of this particular show.
Hello. This is Tamika Vukovic with Wisconsin Voices. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. Y'all got me and only me today. The staff, they needed a break. So we gave them some time off, and I'm going to hold the mantle up for one day. They'll be back, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Monday. Hey, Debo. Hey,
Hello.
Well, hello there.
how y'all doing?
We just doing.
Y'all miss us? You
Nope.
miss me? Y'all get my full attention. I'm gonna talk mess all day today.
Good.
First off, I just it's 11 o'clock. Just want to talk about Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. His funeral was today. It was from 8 to 11. At least 1,000 people showed up. There was no room in the auditorium to sit. There was standing room only up there in the balcony. They had to add chairs to the hallway, stream it, and then put it on a TV. Just a little bit. Jonathan Brostoff passed away November 4th, which was Monday. He's survived by his wife and his 4 children. He was a leader in the community. He served as alderman in the 3rd district. Graduated from UWM and with a degree in political science. He was elected to the state rep in 2014. He served that 19th district for 8 years. Most people remember him when he tried to get some legislation passed for certifying sign languagers, and he grew his hair out. I don't know if y'all remember that. He grew his hair out and he refused to cut it until that legislation passed. And he had some hair, so it finally passed. So he had some things that he really cared about. He served as an alderman in the 3rd district from 2022 until his death, advocating for street safety and urban development and other crucial issues. We are saddened by the loss of Jonathan Brostoff, but we also check on people. Depression is real. It could be real in this time in space and what is going on with the elections. If you know somebody who is depressed, check on them. Ask them to get help. There is services that are out there. We're going to do a 30-second moment of silence for Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. All right. Let's talk about this week. This week we had an election, November 5th, and Donald J. Trump was elected as our 47th, no,
Yeah,
47th president. He is one of only two presidents that did not, they had two terms that weren't consecutive. So he was the 45th president, and now he will be the 47th president. Whew, that election was rough. I was up. Let me tell you what my schedule was last night. Or that night, I was here at Election Central, hanging out with Michelle Bryan and just trying to get the last people to vote. And then I went to my office, had to do some cleaning because we were doing election protection at the office. And then I think I got home at roughly about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and had to get up for a board meeting right after at 8:30. But that was a long night. It was it was long. It was a long night. Thank everybody for participating in the voting process. For me, and for the work that I do, and for the people that I serve, I don't think this election went the way of that. We don't endorse candidates, but we do look at candidates who support the causes that help Black or BIPOC individuals. It was rough as a Black woman, and I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off a little bit on my own tangent. This is not speaking for Wisconsin Voices, but I was tired. Black women have been the mother of the universe forever. And what I mean by that is those mothers who don't eat so that kids can eat, who are taking up everything and anything they can possibly do to make society better, starting movements and doing things for the betterment of other, and it always crashes down to not support them. As an ED, I have to work triple hard to keep my status and to keep the job that I have, and to show that I am actually worthy of this job, even though I have hit milestone after milestone of bringing change to this organization. And that's how it is with a lot of organizations when they have people of color, especially Black women, in. They have to prove themselves over and over and over again. The movements that were started by Black women, like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter brought the conversation of diversity to the forefront. But the diversity that was brought didn't really help Black people to a point. It helped a lot of white women. It helped other minorities, but it didn't really help Black women all that much, even though they started it. The Me Too movement, that was a movement that empowered women 100% in letting them tell their truths. And we didn't benefit too much from it. We're still sexualized. We're still called exotic. We're still being objectified in so many ways, even though we started the movement. Affirmative action was on the backs of Black and brown, Black people, Black men and women. It helped to add more diversity, but the diversity added were white women. They were a minority, so that's what was added. even in schools. Even though affirmative action was overturned, now look at the impact it had on Ivy League schools. It really didn't change the enrollment of Black kids. It changed the enrollment of Asian children or students. So that meant that affirmative action really didn't help in the first place, even though it was in. All this being said, I'm still going to try to protect democracy, build communities, and teaching advocacy, because that's what we do. I am tired right now. I'm exhausted. I did this, and I told you guys a while ago I did this work because I wanted to change the transgressions or the mistakes of the past to make it more equal and equitable for my daughter, for other, people of color. And we took a big step back this past week, in my opinion. It's already happening. It's already happening. Companies are not. There's an article that's all over the internet about this Pennsylvania company. That most of the people that voted in Trump supporters, the company decided they're not giving Christmas bonuses because they have to buy at least enough stock from China for a year because of the tariffs that are going to be put in place. I've been reading articles, and I don't know if I'm trying to verify these are somewhat credible, but even looking at denaturalizing naturalized citizens, taking away their status as a naturalized citizen, and a lot of these are European immigrants. I'm looking at my husband's family. He's first generation born here. Now they're looking at, luckily his mother was born here and his grandmother was born here, but they're looking at, if your grandmother wasn't born here, even people who were born in this country, if you're not 2 generations in, they might deport you. And I've read these, and I'm not trying to be a hate monger or spread misinformation. This is just on credible websites I've seen. This is going to affect a lot of people. And the last take on this is some white people, and I'm going to be racial, not racist, but racial, have decided that they want to be emboldened and to get into talking mess to Black people and to Latinos. Now they feel empowered to do some of this stuff. Whew. Back in 2008, when Obama was elected, that's when the heaviness of the Tea Party formed. And we allowed that to grow. We didn't nip it in the bud. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody has this, but that was hate. And we let it fester. And it has grown into what now is this hatred within the Republican Party. All Republicans are not racist, but there's a subsection of them that hate anything that is different from them. And that is what we need to fight against. I will not be apologizing for how I feel, because I'm telling you, this is not Wisconsin Voices. This is Tamika Vukovich speaking. This is how many men and women feel about this election. If you disagree with me, you can call 414-444-5250 or 414-444-5253. It's tiring. It is very, very tiring. Let's look at the one of the main things I wanted to look at is across the country, the presidential choice of the youth vote. And this is cited out of Civic Influencers. They've done some analyzing of the election results. But this is what the priorities of the youth ages 18 to 29, the ones that we were trying to get out to vote. It baffles me. For the one, and this is how this was done for the ones who supported Kamala was one way, and then Kamala, sorry, and what their issue was and who supported immigrants. I'm going to take a call before I go through all of those stats. Caller, go ahead.
How you doing, Tamika?
I'm well, and yourself?
Pretty good. You sound really down.
Disappointed because of the work that I do, and I'll tell you, my husband, who is a white male, I came home after election day and I just was drained, and he said, you know, I can't understand exactly what you're going through, but I see you work. I see you tirelessly work. He said, sometimes I don't see you for 2 days at a time because he works so early. He gets up and goes to work at, 3, 4 in the morning, and he goes to bed at 9 or 10. And sometimes I don't get home until 10 or 11 doing the work. And then I don't see him in the morning. I don't see him till late at night. And he said, what you need, just let me know. If you need to vent, I'll listen. And then he said, but I'm gonna leave you alone. So yeah, I'm in that mood.
I see. Yeah, she ran. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a Democrat, but I'm I'm not a Republican either, but I'm a conservative. I will say one thing about Tamika. About Ms. Harris. She ran one heck of a race as far as speaking and as far as showing up and as far as her hustle. Her hustle was all that. It just wasn't her time. So she's got nothing. And everybody that supported her and ran the race for her has nothing to be ashamed of. You ran a very good race. Ran a very, very good race. It's just that where the Democrats dropped the ball, and I don't know if it's, they've been doing this, they've been trying to get these things going since maybe the 50s and 60s. I'm a lot older than you and your husband. So I know history a lot. I know a whole lot of things that you guys probably aren't privy to. But a lot of things that this country does not agree with, the Democratic Party has warned that. And it's got to do with everybody has a right to do what they want to do. It's just that everybody probably shouldn't be public when you're talking about the political domain. When we're talking about bedroom issues, those kind of things should not enter into politics. And for the past maybe 10 to 30 years, Democrats have been wearing that banner. And it's just the majority of the population are just not with it, so to speak. And not into the...
So I have a question about what you just said.
Yeah.
And this is just a observation or something. You just mentioned like some of the issues that the Democratic Party talks about. We shouldn't be having to talk about it because like bedroom issues, stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
But here is
trans. Yeah, the trans stuff just doesn't fly with the majority of the population. It just don't fly with that. We don't have a problem with you guys doing it, but just don't do it where it gets into pedophilia, because children hear that kind of conversation. If children under 18, they're supposed to be our people that we keep away from sex talk. If you're wearing it in every aspect of your being, then you're crossing the line.
Well,
And see,
I'm not going to go into that because there's been research done that straight
whoever
men are
did the research was flawed.
there's been research done that straight men are the ones, the highest percentage of pedophilia.
Exactly.
But those are
well,
straight men. Like,
I'd have to question that, because a lot of times when people do studies, they go off the beam and they just go to follow certain narratives.
Either
Like
way,
these narratives,
and that's why I said, well, that's for another discussion. But what I'm going to say is, if we, and I guess this is how I'm looking at it, because we want to protect our rights, and this is how I feel. If we didn't if everybody just could do what they wanted to do and other people wouldn't get into the business, then we wouldn't have this issue. I told I grew up very Pentecostal. Grew up with Pentecostal pastor churches. And I was, we were told that homosexuality was an abomination, and that everybody's going to hell, and that's how I grew up. Until in my life, my attitude changed when I was in my 20s, and I went to work at a restaurant, and the restaurant, it was Bennigan's back on Mayfair Road. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it was a tight group of people that used to hang out. We'd, work and then go out and kick it, do whatever we did. And I had hung out with this one particular gentleman for 8 to 9 months. Hanging out, going to the bars with him, they staying over at my house, staying over there. I never once knew that he was a gay male. Never once. Never knew it. Didn't treat him any differently. He didn't treat me any differently. I guess he was still doing with his dough. Shouts out to Quincy Skaggs. But I didn't know. And that's when I realized my job is not, and this is for me, my job is not to judge. God will judge. If there is judgment, God will judge. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, because God gave us free
will.
So even if I was so against it, whatever it was, I'm not to put my feelings on somebody else.
There you go.
That's how I feel like. But we have to fight to give these people rights, because the other side is saying you can't feel this way. So that's why it's getting brought in. It's not. No. That's how I feel personally.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it back to economics. When you're making laws to give certain groups of people preferential treatment, that's where you cross the line. When you make laws to tell people that the climate is changing because of your breathing habits, that's where you go off the beam and cross the line.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the economic part first. When we talk about economics, do we remember during Reconstruction, where there were a plethora, and that was for Michelle Bryant, of legislators that were Black?
Right.
There were small businesses being built, communities being built that were Black owned all across the South and in the North. And what happened is white America decided they're too prosperous. So when you that started the laws to be changed, and the push to get pushed down, and the Black people to stop having economic stability. But you just said, but that is when it started. So now we have to try to equalize that, because The money, the banks don't give money to black small businesses. Banks don't give the money to women. The black women, and the redlining, you couldn't even, when you had a great area, it was either gentrified or
they ran a expressway through it.
Or exactly. Look at Harlem right now. The pinnacle.
I heard it's all white now
of blackness. And now that's millionaires that live there. So when you say we shouldn't, when you make laws to give somebody a preference, it's to balance out them not getting that I guess that chance.
Okay.
So I mean, I get what you want. You don't want. I mean, I get conservatism. You want to make sure that we're spending our dollars, properly, and that they're going to the right spot. We wouldn't have this issue if the oppression and systematic racism wasn't there. We would not be having this conversation. We would not be talking about black and brown and how we have to do more to get away, because we wouldn't have to. This is not about a party right now. This is not about a Democratic Party doing something or a Republican Party. This is the way how I think white America versus people of color view. We want to give you just enough, but if you ever think they're going over us, we're going to have to slap you back down. That is not Democrat. That's not Republican. That's in all the parties. And that's America. But to right these wrongs or to try to stabilize it, that is why these laws have to be passed. But we also can look at...
Unfortunately, we don't live in a fair world. Unfortunately, we don't live in... This is not Pollyanna. This is the United States of America, and they are not fair. Nothing is fair in the United States. It's all preferential, and it's all strategic, and it's all timing.
But think about what you just said. It's not fair. So the people who are trying to make it fair, that's what we're trying to do. I hate that we, and people can get on me if they want to, but black people are so forgiving. We get kicked in the head. We get stomped on. We get turned away. And we will still forgive because that is the heart of who we are. People will slap us, close our businesses, do everything like that, and we still forgive. Even if it's to the detriment of us as a people.
Yeah, the PSYOP is real. There's a major PSYOP done on black folks since the 1900s, since the 1800s. That PSYOP is real. That PSYOP that they've done to us, some of us black folks, is real. They did it with the program. They did it with the Jerry Springer show. They've done it with rap music. It's all dysfunctionality in the black community.
It's you know what, that is part of who we found a way to express ourselves. It's comedy, it's entertainment, it's funny, but on the same line, we have chosen to let that happen.
Problem is we don't own it.
Why not?
We don't own it.
Why don't we own it?
Because we don't have the Satan value of being able to print our own money.
It's not, I don't think it's not about printing our own money. It's about standing up and saying, are we doing stuff for the community as a whole, or are we I got to get what I got to get, and I got to get mine, and I don't care about whatever else that goes on. That's the issue.
Stuff in it. Yeah, that's our, we preferential treat our own black people. So we can't really fault white folks for preferentially treating all races.
We can
We can say
because we always say that.
Actually do it.
But we can say that we can't blame, but yes, we can.
Yeah, we can blame because we have a right to blame.
Exactly.
You have a
Um,
right to play. I want you to watch this movie called The House of Rothschild, Tamika. You really love it. It explains a lot of stuff to you. It's one of the best movies ever made. It's back in the 1920s. It's called House of Rothschild. It explains some things to you.
and then you're giving me movie telling me to what is that
It's
called?
a history. It's a history movie.
Oh no, I said you're giving me suggestions to help me out to understand some stuff. I also want you to, and I'm pulling this one up. I would like you to watch what is it? Stamped from the Beginning on Netflix. Stamped from the Beginning on Netflix. It's about an hour and a half. So what is yours called again?
House of Rothschild.
I'm gonna watch that, and I want you to watch Stamp from the Beginning, and then call me up.
Is that from the birth certificate thing?
Nope. It's called Stamp from the Beginning. It's a
Okay,
whole thing on Black history. And I want you to call me at Wisconsin Voices. What's your name, sir? Oh, you can call me and say, I'm the person on the radio. Let me talk to Tamika. I want to talk to you. Brian, Mr. Brian.
Yep.
After you watch that, I'm going to give you a week. I'm going to watch yours. And then we're going to have the discussion to see after you watch
Not a problem.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to take one more caller, and then we're going to take a break. Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
This is the Reverend Dr. Andrew Ward.
Hello, Dr. Reverend.
I have been listening to you. I think I've listened to you on other shows, but I never knew who you were. But after listening to you today, you are so professorial and efficacious. And I feel your passion. And I agree with almost, I don't know anything you said that I disagree with. But I want you to have a good one.
Thank you. I got into this world and how I do things purely by accident when it came to community. I've always been one of those people who, like in high school, I used to volunteer for the Endometriosis Association. Did I have endometriosis? No. But it was something that dealt with women's issues. I didn't even know what it was exactly, but I wanted to volunteer somewhere. And guess what? They were the only ones that said, come on, come volunteer. And I worked there, I think, tirelessly from 15 to 16 until I got a job. Those things matter to me. I don't know if it's in my DNA. Maybe I'm a little social hurt right now. You know, some people have church hurt. But I'm going to keep doing the good fight, but I have to start talking about building community. Building community. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit with business owners. We're going to talk about Black businesses. And then at the end of the show, we'll go back into the statistics of who voted for what and why. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, 860 AM WNOV.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Wisconsin Voices' 3 pillars are protecting democracy. Your vote is your voice. Wisconsin Voices works to protect democracy in Wisconsin by fighting voter suppression, promoting voting rights, and ensuring fair elections for all. Teaching advocacy. Teaching advocacy empowers and educates advocates in Wisconsin by offering training, resources, and support to enhance their skills, fostering a more informed and effective advocacy community for social and economic change. Building community. Wisconsin Voices builds strong communities for a healthy democracy by collaborating with diverse partners, creating networks for positive change, and fostering a sense of belonging and common purpose. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices by going to wisconsinvoices.org. Learn more about what our partners are doing by visiting the events calendar. Listen to recent episodes by going to our podcast and radio. Get involved today.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Hi, my name is Tamika Vukovic, Co-Executive Director of Wisconsin Voices. Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
860 AM, 106.5 FM. WNOV, The Voice.
We're going to not be so heavy now.
Yeah.
We're going to celebrate.
Yeah.
What we celebrating
Hey,
is accomplishments, Black-owned businesses,
Yeah.
Black and Latino-owned business, because I don't want to take away from your wife. We are talking to the owner of the BP on 8th and Atkinson. It's 807 West Atkinson Avenue. It is a BP and it is Black and Brown owned. Mr. Marvin Nash, how are you today?
I'm always good, always.
Good.
Yes, always good.
Are you
Always.
tired?
Yes, a little bit.
Oh, it has. You have to be. When did you open? When did you take ownership of the BP on Atkinson?
My wife and I took ownership of the gas station approximately October 15th, 16th, somewhere in that area. But we actually had our grand opening November 1st.
You started, that's my Scorpio month. That's my month of birthday. So it was special. What made you want to do this?
Well, it was presented to us a few times, and then after the third time it was presented to us, my wife and I said, hey, you know what, let's go ahead on and try this. It's a community-based gas station, and let's help out the community. Let's see how it works, and we went from there.
That is true. That I don't remember her name because I'm having a mental block right now. She owned it for years and years, and she did a lot of community stuff. There's a lot of I know Keon Jackson Malone worked a lot with that gas station in Atkinson Park and just doing community-based stuff out of there. I know Senator Taylor, back when she was Senator Taylor, used to do, she made sure that all her gas cards was bought out of that gas station, just to make sure, we were supporting Black businesses. I can't believe you want to do it. Let's debunk a rumor that this gas station is financed and that these wonderful people are just fronts. Can you please tell me?
So no, it's not a front. My wife and I, we do own it. It's Black and Latino owned. And no, it's not a front. We are the owners. We put the money up. It belongs to us.
You did the loans, you did everything you had to do, and it's yours. I find it like so. His wife is a wonderful, wonderful woman that I have known for years. Like at least 3 years. We work in the same office building together, and I know her. I mean, even though we're colleagues, we have talked about family, her kids. I know you and her. Now, the only problem I have with this couple, I do have a problem with this couple. They Dallas Cowboy fans.
Ooh.
But I'm talking about, I have to give her props because she got earrings, shoes, hats, sweats. She even have decals for her car. She has the flag for her car. She be driving the street, and she has absolutely no shame about her cowboy love. Am I right?
You are.
Are you the
absolutely-
same?
You're absolutely correct. Yes, I am the same.
Oh, we just hope your second favorite team is Green Bay, but we won't talk about that. But no, I've known her for years, and very good people. I know you have been to so many community events supporting Wisconsin Voices, supporting the community. That's another organization that does not reentry work, but trying to help people settle after they're out, making people aware of. That's one of our partners, that making people aware that our problems are free people problems. And, which shouts out to Shannon Ross. I've seen you at a couple of community events with Quad Graphics. So it's not that you just came on the scene and decided to be I'm going to be a part of the community. You've been established part of the community for years, at least 3 years that I've known you. What's going to be different about that gas station?
We're bringing we've had customers come in already, and they've made the comment that, man, it's a lot of good energy in here right now.
Mhm.
And so we just want to bring the good energy, bring the community back together. I told my wife the other day, and my wife Sonia, I said, hey, it seems like it's kind of like a barber shop where everybody come, buy gas,
And then
buy items,
and then talk,
have converse,
gossip, talk,
Yes.
do whatever you need to do, and then say, I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And then those become the regulars. Then you usually get their problems like, oh, my gas got cut off. Oh, okay. Oh, I just had a grandbaby. That's the feel you want to build in that.
Absolutely. Family oriented. Absolutely.
Let's make sure we support this the BP at 807 West Atkinson Avenue. I like your theme. The make sure you're all good.
Making sure the community is always good.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I really asked you to come on, and I know you are busy doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I really wanted to make sure that the community knew. And there's so many Black owned businesses. Now, one of our partners, which is called MKE Black, they, on their website, they have a whole business directory. You should put yourself on that.
Okay.
They have a whole business directory of anything and everything that, Black owned from. And they have categories too. It's like, if you want an auto repair shop, you can click on there and figure out where the auto repair. You want a new hairdresser. If you want a new gas station, there was meals. I mean, I was looking at all these different categories. Arts, if you want to go do some artwork, if you want a photographer, it's so many categories on there. And if you go on that website, you can search it. And these are Black owned businesses. So make sure you put yourself on that I know you're trying to do some stability or stabilizing of, because that's a brand new, trying to figure out who, what, where, when, why, and how, and who working. But I really would like you to, the WNOV and Wisconsin Voices family, to support them. it is something that I think is important. A lot. Are you from Milwaukee?
Yes, I actually grew up in the Green Bay area, Atkinson Park area. So yes,
Oh, you right around here.
absolutely.
Where you go to high school?
Milwaukee South Division.
Oh, South Division. He went to South Division, y'all. But you also, if you grew up in this area, you knew that there was a lot of gas stations that were Black owned. There was corner stores that were Black owned, and it was middle of the block, and you might see a Black owned corner store. Glad that you're bringing. I'm glad you're bringing Black ownership and keeping it in the. We're going to take a break. Thank you for coming and just talking with us. We're going to talk about some other Black-owned businesses when we come back, and then some election results.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin. Hello, Miss Oni. Thank you. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, 860 AM, 106.5 FM.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
Wisconsin Voices' 3 pillars are protecting democracy. Your vote is your voice. Wisconsin Voices works to protect democracy in Wisconsin by fighting voter suppression, promoting voting rights, and ensuring fair elections for all. Teaching advocacy. Teaching advocacy empowers and educates advocates in Wisconsin by offering training, resources, and support to enhance their skills, fostering a more informed and effective advocacy community for social and economic change. Building community. Wisconsin Voices builds strong communities for a healthy democracy by collaborating with diverse partners, creating networks for positive change, and fostering a sense of belonging and common purpose. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices by going to wisconsinvoices.org. Learn more about what our partners are doing by visiting the events calendar. Listen to recent episodes by going to our podcast and radio. Get involved today.
Remembering what we stand for. At Wisconsin Voices, we remember what we stand for. Check out our movement dedicated to empowering citizens and shaping the future. Engage with us on our website, social media, and podcast to make a difference. Visit wisconsinvoices.org. Explore our events calendar, like and subscribe to us on social media. Listen to recent podcasts and radio, and subscribe to our email and newsletter. Amplify your voice and be a voice today.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
860 AM, 106.5 FM. WNOV, The Voice.
Wait, turn it up a little bit for me. See, it got me hyped up again.
You know how my shoulders get to moving on that part.
Yes. Welcome back with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We are amplifying our voice. I just wanted to just bring that back. That I hit a spot last weekend that I didn't know about. 1700 pull up.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know about that place.
You didn't know about 1700?
No.
And 1700 go down, 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 down.
And this was in the middle of the day on a Saturday.
Yeah, 1700 go down. Turkey leg.
I went there to meet somebody. I was like, where I'm going, and then I
Fond
pulled
du
up.
Lac, yeah.
Now I had just ate, so I wasn't planning on eating, but I heard about their grits and oxtails, and I
Oh.
got to go back for.
Listen, I had the salmon pasta. Oh my God.
Where see y'all be hiding, but see that's why I got to
Oh,
start
my
going to
God.
the MKE Black list
Oh yeah.
for food, and I'm gonna take this list and I'm gonna try to mark them off one at a time
Ugh.
and be able to go to. But I and then the drinks. Now the drinks was on point. I had to say, it wasn't like a lot of drinks are for me. I don't drink a lot. I'm
Yeah.
not a big drinker, but
Yeah.
some people like strong liquor.
Yeah.
I like a good mix
Yeah.
of my alcohol with the whatever mixer I had. This lady did it perfectly.
Oh,
I almost had a second one, but the second one would have put me under the table somewhere. So I was like, oh, but I gotta come back and I want to try the oxtails because I heard they are the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You been there?
Of course, I've been there.
Why? See, you know what? This is what gatekeeping.
No, if you don't ask, you won't know.
We be up. No. Look at me. We be.
Tamika, let me say this to you.
What's that?
I found out that bachelors know all the spots.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I be saying that with Brian.
Yeah, that is true.
Brian Sanders. No. Oh, I need to.
Because he has turned me on to some restaurants that I just ride right by him. I don't even know that they're restaurants.
And they fire too.
1700 pull up. He comes in here with this salmon burger.
Oh my God, man.
Then he brought in some wings from Doc's
Smokehouse. Yeah.
Doc's Smokehouse.
Wait, is they on my list here?
Hey, listen, if you get a chance, check out Doc's. I'm talking about seasoning is in the bone. I'm talking about
Ain't nobody see
in the bone.
Does it make you wanna?
Oh,
you remember when you
bite the
sucked on
bone? I'm not
okay,
joking.
Okay.
Debo, am I lying?
No, not at all.
Listen here. I'm talking about Lori's was all in the bone. I said, Lord Jesus.
I just printed out a couple of restaurants, and I couldn't do all the pages, but it was like, I was like, oh, I need to go here.
You got a list there? Let's see if we are familiar with them.
No, it's just, no, this was a list of different Black-owned businesses. That was one that was a restaurant. Then we have Two Little Ladies in a Bucket, which is a cleaning service.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know. 3041 North. It's ballroom space.
Yeah.
For weddings and stuff.
That's
that's the old questions.
Yeah.
That's Keith.
Yeah.
414 Hemp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Forever Green Lawn Care Service.
Wow.
5 creative houses. They provide an array of services such as decorating, apparel printing, screen printing. This is stuff that you want something special in your house.
Yeah.
Then I saw WAO 860 AM, WNOV
Yeah.
160.
Saw that
It's a
on the
Milwaukee
list.
True Heritage radio station, provides listeners with the best urban, contemporary gospel, oldies, and talk radio. 983 Studio. They do waxing for some of them women who need waxing.
No.
Ninth Cloud
They got
Therapy,
WJJ
massage
wax.
therapy.
Wow.
The Goodman Desserts. Taste and Soul of Milwaukee.
Yeah, Taste Soul is nice.
Now, where's that at?
A&S Taste and Soul.
Charmin. That's on Fond du Lac. That's on Fond du Lac. It's right.
Oh, that's
It's right across the parking lot from the old Mr. J.
from yeah, okay, right
Man.
there on the edge of the
Now,
parking lot there.
They food for lunch?
Mhm.
Woo!
Where?
Taste the Soul.
Oh,
Oh my God.
we might have to go.
Yeah, Taste the Soul is fire. Taste the Soul is fire. Yeah.
I
But
tell you
see-
somebody else that's good. You never would even think about. I enjoyed Jackson's over there on what is it, Center Street?
Yeah, Jackson Southern Soul Food. Oh my God.
Wait a minute, Jackson.
Somebody grandmama is back there cooking. I mean, like a whole bunch of grandmamas because everything is seasoned perfectly. The macaroni tastes like
Macaroni, like
whoa.
it's supposed to.
I mean, it tastes like somebody grandmama, like with the thing hanging from their arm.
Yeah.
down here
Oh,
cooking.
you talk. You know what?
That's when you know they can cook.
And the views and opinions of Trey.
That's when you know it's gonna get down with the get down, boy.
Yeah,
when
she
you
been
see
back
that
there a long
thing.
time.
Oh no, you know what that is when they got they they got their robe on, but
Yeah.
they got their
Smock.
what is that called?
Apron.
Apron, yeah. They got their apron on. They still got their rollers, and they fussing.
Yeah.
They telling us to get out the kitchen.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this no more.
That's the kind of cooking go down over there.
Cooking for y'all. Y'all don't appreciate me, and then
it turned out to a voila.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another advantage. It's absolute advantage. It's a 9-week training course for income eligible applicants, and will teach you everything you need to know to enter the workforce as a skilled general laborer.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much on this thing that I was looking at. Ace of Trades, general contractors, African American breastfeeding network, where they address breastfeeding issues and disparities, and they are included with licensed professionals to help. This is I'm getting hungry though. All season long care, because sometimes we're gonna need that snow plowing.
Yeah,
you might want to call them up and say, look, I don't feel like doing my lawn. What you got? What kind of deal you got to make these sidewalks with the snow go away? We can do that. It's Armani United. They're in Dream Food. Dream Food is a convenience store, carry out restaurant. We specialize in egg rolls, wings, and burgers.
What's the name of that place?
Dream Food.
Where are they located?
I don't know. I mean, you got to go in. I just, because I had so many of these, I had to print out to do it. You click on the read more, and it'll give you the address.
So you know what? I know of another spot that's black owned. Matter of fact, they owned by some friends of mine. They're called Delicious Bites. And from salads to treats to cupcakes to
that's
ice cream
with
and
smoked salmon salad.
Oh man, listen, that smoked salmon salad is yikes. It's incredible.
There is Crash Course Driving Education Center.
Crash
Course is a driving school in the Milwaukee area. We offer affordable teen and adult programs to figure out how to drive.
A lot of folks I know could use that.
But that's what I'm saying. But this is black owned businesses. Nice. These are, they go and what are those other services they go? But there's some that are just black owned. Yeah, you need a dump truck, J Wise Trucking. These are just a list. I gotta go to LJ Auto Spa, hand car washing and auto detail.
Now, where's that at? Because I've been trying to find it. Oh, that's right, you did say that. Because I've been trying to find a hand car wash that's good.
It says hand car wash and auto detail.
And Fond du Lac. Frank's been there forever.
Oh yeah, man. But to be honest, man, on that line be too long, man.
There's a reason the line is long.
I know, because there's only one stall for the car to pull in.
No, he can get 3 in at a time.
Oh, you can get 3 in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But this is what we have to do. I mean, like I said, I started this show on a very kind of somber note for me. Yeah. But this is not going to get me to stop the work that I'm doing. It's not going to get me stopping helping my community, because if y'all don't know, Wisconsin Voices 3-pillar, we still gonna protect democracy. We still gonna build community, and we still gonna teach advocacy.
Listen, I just want to give you your flowers on the radio from me to you. I see how hard you work. I see the energy that you put into this whole voting thing. And I just want to tell you, thank you for the things you do for the community and getting this information out to them. Because again, if it wasn't for people like you, some of the stuff that has got out here that these people have learned through this radio show, they wouldn't know. So I just want to tell you, if don't nobody else tell you, thank you for what you have done.
I thank you, because sometimes it feels like we're pushing a semi, and it's just me pushing. But even though people feel like that, but guess what? If you want to support Wisconsin Voices, this is a giving time of year. Please go on the website, donate to Wisconsin Voices. It's on the website. We are gonna keep going on doing what we do. We won't stop. We have to pivot. We have to take a breath, and then we're gonna keep going. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you, Debo. I think Brian and Joe will be back on Monday, and we're gonna start continuing with our partners. This is 860 AM, 106.5 FM. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. Please amplify your voice.
You're listening